Alright guys, welcome to episode 6 of Food and Beverage San Francisco. I am your host Mike, and this is... Alright, and today we're at a little bit of a guest location for you guys. It's the Tomales Bay Oyster Company. We're out with a few friends of ours, barbecuing all kinds of oysters and mussels and clams and having a good time out here. And
as you can see,
we'd take you out here and definitely give you a recommendation of this.
Hopefully you can see this.
However, today's review is not on this place, although we do give it a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Today's review is on Limón Rotisserie, which is in San Francisco.
In the Mission
We went
district,
to the Mission one in Valencia, right?
Yeah, we did. They have 3 locations.
I guess before we get into that, we'll get into today's beer.
Yeah, beer of the episode.
It is going to be Raven's Eye. It's an Imperial Stout, and it is certified organic. It's by Eel River Brewing Company, and it's 9.5. Yeah, Cali beer, and it's 9.5.
The last one was a Cali beer too.
It was. Repping the state. We'll get this guy popped open.
Doesn't happen too often, but for the last 2 episodes, they were.
While I'm opening this up, man, what do you think of where we are right now, man? Give these guys a little bit of a rundown. Amazing. It's a little windy. Sorry, guys. Hopefully the audio's coming through okay for you.
It's the first time I've been here. I've never been.
All of us, I think. Yeah.
Like we've never even done this when we were out in Florida. You know?
Definitely. I don't know if it's as popular there, but.
Oh, I don't know. I doubt it.
I didn't eat.
You can't beat the scenery, like.
Oh, it's so beautiful here,
I don't know if you can see how I framed it. He might be blocking it, but like, you can see the mountains. It's so crazy. It's a little foggy, but.
Little boats running by, all kinds of cool stuff.
People were kayaking from the other side of the plateau or whatever, coming out to this oyster farm, our oyster farm.
It's pretty tight. We definitely recommend checking it out. As you guys can see, definitely darker on the...
Especially the head.
Yeah,
that's for crazy.
Sure. It smells awesome. Wait till you smell it, dude.
Is it gonna go in my nose again?
Yep.
Oh, wow. It did not, but it does smell amazing.
Let's give it a whirl, man. As Gary Vaynerchuk would say.
Hashtag.
Ooh.
Wow. Hella strong.
Yeah, lots of coffee and chocolate, but tons of sweetness, like the raisin.
Wow, yeah.
Similar to the last episode,
yeah,
but
not as intense. Yeah.
Yeah. Not as bitter, I don't think. I think sweeter. Wow. Sweeter and darker.
Wow. This is like the epiphany of stouts. Like this.
I recommend checking it out if you guys aren't afraid of a pretty high alcohol beer. Definitely, maybe share it with somebody.
9.5% percentage.
Yeah. It tastes awesome though. This would be a good dessert beer too.
More alcohol percentage than like the tax in San Francisco.
Stupid. All right, so I guess
Raven's Eyes. Wow, this is really good. Actually,
I definitely recommend checking it out. That's pretty legit. And I'm
very strong coffee taste. Very strong coffee taste.
Definitely with dark chocolate. Hit or miss on organic beers for me, but this one is.
Oh, is it organic?
Yeah, certified organic. But this one's definitely a hit. I enjoy it. Check it out, guys.
The color is really good.
Yeah.
The head like super fucking threw me off. I didn't mean to cuss. Trying to tone that down a little.
Anyways.
But like onto the restaurant.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit everything we ordered. We were able to go with 2 extra people this time, so we were able to order more food.
It wasn't really tapa style, not at all.
Kind of. I had heard previously that it was kind of a tapa style, but it was definitely probably entree style, but smaller entrees. Like if I had just ordered an entree, I probably may have been disappointed. But the way we did it,
between 4 people, we ordered
like 5 I guess
dishes,
technically. Yeah. But we were fortunate enough to go with his girlfriend Chishi, and then also one of our buddies back there, Yoshi.
Yoshi, if you can see him. Yoshi!
Wave to the camera, yay! All right. But I'll hit what we ordered real quick, and then we'll talk about everything.
Okay, let's do it.
I guess the 5th plate that we ordered was the half of a chicken, and it's their pollo a la brasa, which I believe is a savory free-range chicken slowly roasted over an open flame. And then all portions come with your choice of 2 sides, and the half of it was $10.95. We also hit the ceviche del pescado, which is
my girlfriend ordered.
Yeah, it's a ceviche with fresh red snapper, which is what Chishi ordered. The limito saltado.
That was what Yoshi ordered.
It's a traditional Peruvian dish of stir-fried top sirloin strips, onions, tomatoes, and soy sauce, served with fries. And then the carne a la parrilla
was what I ordered.
Is what Pat got. Grilled hanger steak over taku sauce, salsa criolla, and red wine beef sauce. The empanadas I got, which is the carne empanadas. It's hand-cut top sirloin, sweated in onions, and finished with hard-boiled eggs and raisins. And then the 2 sides we got are just the arroz and papas fritas, which are just French fries and rice. And then we also
fancy
got
names.
I know, seriously. We also got their red sangria, which I had heard previously they're kind of like not famous for, but something to try.
Yeah.
And then also the Inca Cola, which previously, ironically, right on the way, Yoshi was talking to us about yellow cola, and saying that he had it in Peru, and we're like, we've never heard of a yellow Coca-Cola before.
Yeah.
And they had it there, so we tried it, and it was. Do you want to start with that, maybe?
Inca Cola?
It was definitely yellow, but it tasted like bananas. It wasn't like normal Coke.
It was a strong, I guess, like if you taste between like a normal, not normal, but like soda and like juice, like it has a strong soda taste. And frankly, I didn't really enjoy it.
I'm not a huge soda drinker, so I wasn't a huge fan, but it was really cool, I guess, if you like banana soda. But it's worth trying on. I mean, if you see it, I mean, give it a shot, whatever, try something new.
Yeah,
but,
it wasn't, I mean, that wasn't like the highlight. Like, I didn't go there for the cola.
Let's rewind, I guess, back to initial impressions. I'll say when I walked in, it was pretty simple. It was kind of it was a little smaller than I anticipated, but it was still
more kind of fine dining in a
atmosphere.
sense. Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, they had the
so,
servers and bussers and, you know, waiters and owners and hosts and all kinds of stuff in that regard. But it was really, I mean, it didn't blow me away, but it was nice inside. Like, I felt comfortable.
No, yeah, it's definitely not a hole in the wall bar. Like,
and
you got the
seated right away. Like, host greeted us right away. Server came over right away. Busser was awesome. I think I'm
so much etiquette. I think they're we're very, I don't know,
professional.
I think
that's
so.
Good.
Yeah.
I think, to me though, I think the busser was a better server than the server was. But I mean,
really,
we can get to that, I guess, in a little bit. But
the busser was the bald-headed guy. Wait.
He was the one that came over and explained like what the sauces and stuff were.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, our server didn't do that. Not that the service was bad, but I just feel like the busser
knew more about it.
Took more time to spend with the table.
Yeah.
I guess I'll start off.
It's weird because like normally we'll have a dish on our own,
right?
And we'll talk about it. But let's just
nail through them all.
Yeah, nail through like all the.
Dude, I would say starting.
Just start from
the lemon cola we already talked about. The sangria I really liked. I haven't had like a ton of sangrias, but I've had a few to kind of know, and I like the taste of wine. A lot of people that I guess maybe like sangria like it to be super fruity and like a sweet drink, where I really like to taste the wine and the fruit, and this was more of the latter. It was more of the wine and the fruit, so it was a little stronger, I guess. I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
We'll let you have yours in a second. I'm blowing through real quick. I'm getting this done. What do we do? The half? I'm gonna go back to the half a chicken.
Stole the menu.
With the
lamination.
Sorry, Limon. The ceviche, which is what Chishi got, was freaking amazing. If you guys have never had ceviche, this is a very good representation of what ceviche is. And it's, you know, raw fish cooked in the citric acid.
Is that what ceviche actually means?
Ceviche, yeah, that's the type of dish it is.
Okay. And
this was awesome with the red snapper. It was awesome. We'll throw up some pictures and stuff so you guys can see everything. We took a ton of pictures this time, so there's probably gonna be like pop, 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 pop.
It was amazing.
It was ridiculous.
I've never had raw fish in that.
The stir-fried sirloin tips, which Yoshi got, again, we'll put up pictures for everything. I really like that as well. The meat was pretty good. It was the one with onions, tomatoes, soy sauce, with fries, like all the. It was like the stir-fried with onions.
Like I can't picture it.
I took a picture. It was like everything was cut.
In my mind, I mean, right now.
No, whatever. It was awesome. Don't get me wrong. The carne parrilla, which is what he got.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of. The hanger steak was kind of tough. It was very well cooked, but the beans were phenomenal. I would probably get those beans. Yeah, refried beans, I believe. Yeah, it doesn't even say. The red wine beef sauce I felt was a little too reduced. Like I felt like it was a little bit too strong. Those of you that have had like French cooking and stuff may kind of be familiar with the one I'm talking about. When done right, it's awesome. And this was really good. It was just a little too savory, I guess, or a little too over the top. But those refried beans were phenomenal. The steak was just a little tough compared to everything else that we had. The carne
compared to Yoshi's steak.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and his was awesome. The carne empanadas, by the way, guys, came out. Well, pictures again. That was the only one where if I ordered that kind of as an entree, I would be maybe disappointed. It was definitely super small, but amazingly tasty. Like it was so good. The meat inside was phenomenal. Like, oh man, that was awesome. The fries and rice were normal. There was nothing exceptional or unexceptional about them.
The name was only special.
I'm
to
saving,
me, at least.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, Spanish. They also brought out this plate of like 3 different dipping sauces, which the busser, that's what I was talking about earlier, actually explained to us, and not the waiter, and let us know like what ingredients were in each.
I didn't see his face though. I mean, he came from behind.
Yeah, but he was really, he was awesome. I appreciate that a lot. I'm saving the best for last. That half of a rotisserie chicken like blew my freaking mind. I mean, like. And we've talked about on the show a couple of times about chicken and how tough it is to cook properly, where this was nailed on the head. I mean, the seasoning was done perfectly, the cooking was done perfectly, it was still moist, it was perfectly cooked.
Like literally, like, yeah, seriously.
Because it was literally half a chicken, guys, like cut down the center.
Like, have you ever seen like cartoons where you, like, the character just like,
yeah.
just came out. Like,
it was totally done that.
Ridiculously good. It was like, it wasn't tough in any way. Like, it definitely wasn't dry.
No.
It was moist. It was like the best chicken I ever had. And I love fried chicken, but like having it be in rotisserie, like I'm really particular about it. And the way that it was prepared and the way that like it impressed me, like how it just astonished my mind, like just like literally coming off from the bone, and like it just kind of like how cat heads ribs were.
A little bit,
A little bit. Like it it broke easily. It held onto itself, but like once you got into it, like it broke so tenderly.
Tender, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the star of the show for me, just because it was. I mean, we were like fighting over it. Like all of us were kind of like digging into the plate. Like, and not saying that the other ones weren't pretty freaking awesome. That one just kind of blew my mind. I think that kind of stole the show for me out of everything that I had. All the rest was phenomenal. I would say probably the worst though was the one that you ordered with the flank or the grilled hanger steak. I just was kind of disappointed having Yoshi's steak, how tender it was, or not like super tender, but I mean like it was really well prepared and it was good. Like, and then going to yours, it was so like chewy.
Yeah, the only thing
I think that's the type of steak it is, but
the hanger steak.
Yeah.
I don't even know what cut.
The sauce kind of was a little
like what cut is from.
Hanger. What do you think, man? I mean, like, hit your stuff. And the sangria I really enjoyed, but
this sangria itself, like I didn't really enjoy. I mean, I'm a wine fan to an extent, like just being in itself, but like mixing in all those, you know, ingredients after it's been fermented and things like that, whatever. I don't know, like it's hard to say. That is, I'm not a sangria fan to the utmost, but there's other establishments where I'd rather have the sangria itself. Maybe a little too sweet, and that's saying a lot because like I love strong, sweet things touching my palate. No pun intended, but I
think it was more bitter. Like, I think it had more of the wine characteristics. With,
it had a lot of kick. It had a lot of kick.
Like, at the other place, I know you're thinking about with what Chishi and I and you were talking about, like, I think that place is a lot more on the sweet side. But, I mean, go ahead, like, what else about your dishes?
I mean, the dishes, of course, the chicken kind of blew me away. Like, literally, like, I didn't expect it to be what I thought it was.
Right.
Like, it literally blew
And that was kind of a
mind.
last minute order. Like, we did all of our entrees, and then we're like I kind of heard the chicken was awesome, so like, we decided to kind of split the
No, because like we're gonna order a dish each, and then we saw the next table
that was
besides
the
us. Yeah, but like we saw the portion, and we're like, oh, I don't think that's gonna be enough. Like, if we
probably throw in one more.
Yeah, and then like we kind of said, you know, why not the chicken? And then and that was like a last minute thing, and
that paid off.
It was it was the best thing that we had in the menu.
We didn't have any desserts, guys, but like we saw the table next to us, ordered a couple, and I definitely probably would recommend to you guys to try them.
Yeah.
Like based on what we had, like they looked awesome. I kind of wish we would have had them, but I left satisfied. So it's kind of like I didn't want to push too much. You know what I mean? Like being too full. Because I was happy we're kind of like where I was, but
oh man.
What about the other ones, man?
Chishi's, the one she ordered was this red snapper, which easily a second next to the.
It was
easily.
There was three.
Second,
there was three that were neck and neck for me, but like that was awesome.
One of them.
And it was such a great definition of ceviche. Like they did such a good job.
I mean, you go to eat raw fish, you go to a sushi restaurant, and you don't think any other restaurant can do any better than a sushi joint. And when you come here and eat their ceviche, their raw red snapper, you're like wow, like you don't expect this to be at like a Mexican style. Yeah. And honestly, compared to like other raw red snappers that I've had, like this really destroys it. Like not just the presentation, it's just like the taste itself. You know, the blend with like they had raw red onions. Were they on top of it?
I think so, yeah. You'll see in the picture, there's some on the top.
Honestly, like, it was just, words are undescribable for what it was. Like, it just kind of melt in your mouth. I don't know whether it was like how they cut it or it's just a particular fish from whatever.
It's the way it's cooked too. That tends to tenderize it.
It wasn't cooked.
Ceviche is cooked in the acidity of the lemon and lime and citrus juice. Okay. It's not cooked on a flame. It's cooked by the acid. Like, and it's not. I mean, that you guys that haven't had it, it's not cooked, but it's cooked. It's not raw.
Kind of marinated, sort of.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cold cooked dish. It's hard to explain. I mean, you guys can look it up on Wikipedia and YouTube and all kinds of crazy stuff. But
and then break it into like the other ones that we had were the steak. Myself had the hanger steak with the refried beans. Right. And Yoshi had the other steak, which limito. I would choose his over mine. Like the way that it was prepared. Like I think maybe the hanger steak, whatever cut it is not maybe my particular cut that I like. I can't really remember his too much. Like I remember mine because like
it's like a stir fry. It was the only dish that was like a stir fry. I mean, you're gonna look at the picture and go, oh, duh. It's just a bunch of vegetables with meat. That's it.
Empanadas.
No, that was mine.
I know, but I didn't even talk about your empanadas, which was astonishing.
Those
like
were ridiculous.
It blew
that was the
my
first
mind.
thing to hit the table.
Yeah,
and they cut them in fourths, and it was like.
It came in and like they had the sauce and everything. I can't remember what sauce it was, but like it blew my mind. I'm like, I've never had empanadas this strong, or this well made. Like you can taste like the taco meatish sort of, like. But it was just like it was prepared so well, like
perfectly fried. Like the meat was super tender. The sauce was beautiful. Like. If you're a fan of empanadas, I mean, they definitely hit it out of the park. And I love Spanish food, so like going to this, I've never had Peruvian food, neither of us. I don't think anybody but Yoshi had Peruvian food, so it was new to all of us. And I think all of us really enjoyed it. But I've had Spanish food a ton, so like I love Spanish food, whatever.
First Peruvian style restaurant for me.
Definitely.
And wow, honestly, like it's not gonna be the last. Like it's definitely my top choices.
Do you want to get into maybe your overall or like?
Overall.
Maybe like including service stuff. Like we talked about, I mean, service was really good. Like we were greeted in, and when we left, the owner opened the door for us, or the manager, or whatever he was, opened the door for us when we left. Like,
which was crazy, because like we're walking out, and like, I mean, he's kind of hanging out through with the hostess. You know, I mean, I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe explain like, oh, this is what you should do, like work stuff. And he sees us kind of walking out, and he like literally just stopped talking and just kind of went right in front of us. Not necessarily cut us off, but like he went like forth in front of us, opened the door, and you know, I hope you enjoyed the meal, you know, come back again. And I was just like, they didn't really notice it, like they were just kind of chattering away. But like once they opened, because we were both in the front walking out, and when he did that, I was like, wow, like you won't see that anywhere else. Like even at the restaurant that we, like even at the restaurant we worked out, not even the hostess would do that. And
but I really enjoyed it. Like that was good. I think the bussers impressed me more than the servers that did though. Like they did a really good job of like keeping the tables clean, wiping everything down, clearing plates, like
they're
refilling
on point.
waters,
they were definitely on point, you know.
Answering questions. Like usually bussers don't really talk to the table. They're just kind of like there to clean.
They
and
were
stuff.
pouring the sangria when we were kind of empty out. Yeah,
they rocked it. So I want to tip my hats off to those guys and definitely the cooks. But go for it, man. Give them your final thoughts and
my final thoughts. Peruvian food like blew me away. I've never expected so much. Like just like how in the last episode you didn't really expect too much when you go into a ramen shop, And I was the same way going to Peruvian because like maybe I'm a little ignorant about what it is.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, we didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, and it literally blew my mind more than what we had the last episode. Rating wise, it's definitely up there. It's over a 4. Just like you make a note of like the server. I didn't really catch that until now. The busser did do more explaining about like the dishes in the meal, and maybe for that aspect, and maybe my hanger steak probably dropped it a little, and I would probably give them 4.3. I would say the beef, the steak did not blow my mind compared to like the chicken, the red snapper, the empanada, which is pork. Yeah. So like the beef entrees did not blow my mind compared to the other ones. 4.3. That's where I'm sitting on.
I mean, you guys kind of know, like I reviewed my stuff real quick.
Yeah.
But I mean, we could go on for this about hours and hours. But
I know. I didn't think we were gonna fit in a good time slot.
Right, yeah. I think kind of everything that I reviewed. I think the chicken stole the spotlight for me. The ceviche was like a close second, and
we were literally fighting over that.
The carne empanadas were a close third, but all of those were like almost even for me because they were so good. And then I would say Yoshi's came in right after that, and then Patrick's was kind of a distant last, only because the beans were awesome, and the sauce was a little.
Because we were fighting over the beans kind of too.
Yeah, the beans were really good. But. Dude, I'm gonna go like, I'd say if I had 2 dings or whatever, my only dings would probably be like the server, but he wasn't bad. It was just, I expect the server to go above and beyond the busser. Like it shouldn't have been reversed. And our bussers, and we had more than one, they were awesome. Yeah. And you know, the server didn't explain too much about the menu, but he was on top of it as far as like, can I get you guys stuff, like checking back to the table, stuff like that. He didn't break it down.
He seemed like he knew more than the server. I mean, when it came down to the sauce.
No, but I was saying like the server didn't like break down the menu for us and stuff. Like he just came over like, so what do you guys want to order? You know what I mean? But anyways.
Yeah, like he didn't really ask like if you have any questions about whatever.
Where I saw him doing that to other tables. So it was like one of those things where I'm like, meh.
Racist.
But anyways, yeah, right. That and then Pat's dish probably dinged it a little bit. But overall, still like
they're both medium rare.
Right. But the amount of food that we were able to order and try this time due to the extra people still leads me to be confident in the menu. Because we didn't just have 2 plates this time. If we had 2 plates, it probably would have been lower if we just got my dish and his dish.
Yeah.
But since we were able to try a little more of the menu, I feel more confident in recommending it to you guys maybe a little bit higher. I'm gonna be kind of close to you on this one, but I'm thinking like...
Lower, higher?
Higher.
Really?
4.4, 4.5. I'm probably gonna lean more towards 4.5. I would like to try the other locations because there's just 2 other locations in San Francisco. But I really enjoyed myself. We had a great time. Everything was professional but casual. Like, I mean, we all enjoyed the food a ton. Even the other 2 that came with us were saying how really how awesome it was and how impressed they were.
Yeah, definitely.
And it wasn't too expensive. I mean, it was like $25 total a person kind of thing, like for 4 people with tip, all that kind of stuff. Not too bad. So I mean, like I feel I could easily recommend it to you and easily be able to say like, hey, make sure you go and check it out. This is Chishi, by the way.
This is Chishi. What is your opinion on the restaurant? What is your score?
Out of 5.
Out of 5? 2.
You can put decimal points too.
2?
What? Shut up.
2 for me, 2.
5 is good.
Yeah.
And you said a 2?
Yeah. 2.5.
That's why she's not a host. Get away. Like, what the hell? Really? A 2? What was wrong with it? Kite. Speaking Japanese now. What was wrong with it? What disappoints you? 2? Are you surprised by that? I'm really surprised by that.
Very normal taste.
Normal? Nande? I'm okay. Wow, 2 by my girlfriend who's has an international palate. I don't even know what to say after that. Like,
all right. Well, I guess until next time. I'm Mike. This is
K. Hey, a 2?
Try something new. I mean,
subscribe to us
at the bottom. I guess
bottom.
you could throw that out.
Wow, no, I'm really like Okay, subscribe to us at the bottom. We have our Facebook and our website up. I'm gonna argue with her later. I don't think she knows what's going on. A 2. I'm disappointed. I trusted her. Our Facebook, our website, information on the restaurant itself.
Yeah, this one I think has a website, so we can put that up there for you.
Yeah, definitely. 3 locations. 1 in the Mission, 1 on Valencia, and I don't remember.
It's not on there.
Okay. Well, anyway, we didn't really mention what was the cheers of the episode.
Too late.
They advised us to do a French one, and I'm going off their words. I don't know if it's true or not. It sounds funny. No offense to if it's true or not to the French. But ching ching.
Yeah, I don't know. Ching, 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 I guess.